To be honest with you, I don't know if I would still be here alive if I hadn't have come to True North. My name is Anthony Barnes. I am an outpatient client with True North. I went through the 90-day residential program, and now I'm in the IOP, which I'm getting ready to graduate next week. I wanted to be a dad again. I wanted to be the person that I used to be, but drugs had taken over, and I wasn't that person anymore, and I missed it. I hadn't got to talk to my kids in almost 3 years, and I've just recently gained that relationship back. I've actually, this last weekend, I got to see him for an hour, and that everything that I've been through, it was well worth it. I didn't know if I wanted to do the right thing or not. The first thing I wanted to do was see my mom and dad, and I walked probably 4 miles out of my way to go to my parents' house. And then I don't know if it was God or who, but in the back of my head, I was like, you got to do the right thing. You got to do the right thing. I walked that extra mile and that other 2 miles back to the probation office, and I was like, hey, I'm here. And then that's when I seen Miss Jenny Ferris, and she said, well, it's good to see you. If there's anything I can do to help you, just let me know. I was like, well, I'm trying to better my life. And she said, well, we have a residential in Roanoke, and it's called True North. Would you be willing to do that? I was like, absolutely. I'm willing to do anything right now. And they got me in. I was there. Actually, 2 probation officers drove me, and I was telling them a little bit about what was going on, and they were like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, that was the first time I've ever had anybody tell me they were proud of me in 37 years. I went through the residential. I learned a bunch of coping skills and learning how to, when the cravings and the triggers happen, how to deal with it. That right there was a life-changing experience for me. If it wasn't for her and the other counselors here, Miss Ariel, Lucas, there's Jenny, I've made special relationship and bonds with every one of them. And for them to see something in me that I didn't see, it means the world. My goal in life, since I started, was to be somebody I didn't have when I was growing up. And there's no better person to talk to about being in addiction that has been in addiction, that's been rock bottom, sleeping on the ground underneath a bridge somewhere just because you want to get high and think there's nobody there that cares about you, when in reality I could walk up to you, give you the shirt off my back, and just because I've been there. No matter what, somebody will always be there, even when you don't even have be there for yourself. Somebody will be there for you. You have to trust the process, and you can't give up 5 minutes before the miracle happens. And those 2 sayings is what got me through a lot in my time over in here. So there were so many times I was ready to give up, and all I wanted to do was be a dad again. And here I am, able to FaceTime my kids, talk to them on the phone. I actually got to hug them this weekend, and it was the first time in 3 years, so I was very grateful for that. And if I was in active addiction, that wouldn't have never happened. My goal is to work in crisis in hospitals. I want to be able to reach that hand out, like Intercept has their hand out for me. And I want to be there on their darkest days so I can look at them in their brightest days and be like, look, I told you so. I told you that you could do it. If I save one life, everything that I'm going through will matter. It will be mattering the most. So just one life is all I'm asking for.